What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Elemental astrology update. So we just had a lunar eclipse in Aquarius. We just had a lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And the moon just went into Pisces late yesterday. Very, very late yesterday. I woke up this rising around 4 and seeing the moon in Pisces all the way in the west. So yeah, man, the portal of air closed off the portal of fire. You remember, the new moon opens a portal, the full moon closes a portal. The portal for fire was open and is now closed by air, and it's going to be reopened in Earth. The solar eclipse on the 21st is in Earth, new moon in Virgo. And what's intergalactic on my end is, since I moved totally different, yesterday was actually the 21st for me. So I experienced the lunar eclipse on a solar eclipse in my world. I've already experienced the 21st, but I'm going to be experiencing it again, but in a different portal, in an Earth portal versus an air portal. This is how you jump. Peep game, peep game, peep game, peep the astrological game, man. You have to pay attention to the patterns of the new moon and the full moon. They both follow fire, earth, air, and water, but they move in a different pattern. See how the full moon closes off in air, but it's going to open up in earth? Because the last portal was fire, opened. Fire, earth, air, water. Then after this full moon in Aquarius, our next full moon will be in Pisces. Pay attention to the patterns, family. Pay attention to the patterns. This is how you dig deeper into learning your energy. Once you guys realize that the sky is the puzzle, and when you are in alignment with your energy, like for example, a day for me, a hotspot day for me would be on a Tuesday. Tuesday would be my hotspot. Why? Because I have Mars in Sagittarius. So being that Tuesday and Mars Day, and the moon is going to be in Sagittarius, that day is amplified for me. And this is how you move in alignment. Once you guys get the hang of it, it's going to be so much cooler. And we still got some heavy hitters in retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn, Chiron, and Neptune in Pisces. And we have Uranus in Taurus in retrograde right now. Remember, retrogrades are upgrades. Don't run from them. Work with them. Right? Don't run from them. Work with them. Retrogrades are upgrades. The planets are your psyche drives. The element that planet is in is what you're working on. Psychologically. That's what element you're working on. But yeah, man. If you see me doing weird stuff right now, I'm playing with this light. But yeah, man. Things are getting very, very intergalactic in the skies, man. If you haven't been outside, lately and you haven't been checking in the skies or looking in the skies lately, There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on, especially between 3 and 5. 3 and 5 is like the hot hour. That's where everything is just active and everybody is just traveling from constellation to constellation. You'll see, it looks like stars, but it's these little dots that just zoom by, they just fly by. When I say fly by, like if your phone isn't already on record, you're gonna miss it. Because if you scoop down to hit record and look back, it's gone. It done zip by. That's how them things be moving, man. Them things be moving. When I say moving, they be moving, man. But like I said, I've seen them. I've seen them always go from Orion to Gemini, or Orion to Taurus, and then Taurus to Auriga. The other day, they were in Perseus, going to Auriga, and then to Taurus. But the last ones I saw were going from Orion to Gemini. And if you've noticed, Venus has left Cancer. Like, it completely separated from Cancer. Because you can, like, Gemini will rise first with Jupiter. You'll see that now in the rising around 5. But once the sun starts coming out, that's when you'll start to see Venus, because it's headed towards, Venus is headed towards Leo. Venus is headed towards Leo. Because Venus was in Cancer for a hot minute. So now it's headed into Cancer. So when the sun is rising, that's when you'll start to see, you'll see Venus pop up first for a little bit, and then the sun will rise. Because it's getting closer and closer and closer. But yeah, man, like you can see these planets shifting and moving, man. You can see these planets shifting and moving. And it's really dope. But because of the storm yesterday that we had and the rain, I didn't get a chance to see the eclipse like I wanted to, but it was definitely felt. It was most certainly felt for sure. But that's all for today, folks. Remember, keep your eyes in the sky and do not run from the retrogrades. They are your upgrades for your psyche drives. Remember that. Stay in alignment. Intergalactic Communications, signing out. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?